I tried digital products for 30 days as an editor, and here is what happened. But first, this is my story and how I came to, trying digital products and stuff like that. So I was 17 and I just wanted to make money online just like anyone else. I was working at this Chinese restaurant for 14 an hour. 14 an hour, I was like, hell nah. My shit is worth more than 14 an hour, right? So I wasn't making a lot of money here. And then over here, I started freelance editing. So I started editing for content creators, started making their videos, editing for them and stuff like that. And then this is when we hit some pretty good money. So this is my first taste of online money. So I hit, a couple of $1,000 months at 17. I kind of thought I was the man. I had a few clients that I was editing for, and I learned the skill of editing, and then that was how I sold the services. But I wanted more time freedom. I wanted to build my own dream, and I wanted to uncap my income. So I wanted more time freedom. I was an editor. If a client wanted that video edited within 24 hours, I have to sit on my ass and edit the video for 6-7 hours. Not trying to be funny, but I'd sit there editing for that long, doing whatever. But I wanted more time freedom. It was basically just a glorified job, but I was making a bit more money, you know what I mean? And I wanted to build my own dream. So I was just an editor. I was the background dude. I just showed up for someone else. I built their videos. I got them the views. I wanted to build my own dream. I wanted to have, my own personal brand and stuff like that. And right here, I wanted to uncap my income, right? So there's only so many hours in the day. There's only so many clients that I can work for, I can take on. So as an editor, as a freelancer, my income was capped, you know what I mean? So what did I do to fix this was digital products, right? I started prosperity presets and I made packs like this. So this is my essential movement, and it was just stuff I already use day to day as an editor. And now for what you've finally been waiting for, my first 30 days. So in 30 days of starting this new business model, digital products, selling stuff that I already use, whatever, I made $339 in my first 30 days. That was USD, so it's around 500 Australian. And in my second month, complete beginner by the way, just started this. In my second month, the next month after, I made $1,569 USD. So I think that's around like 2,500 Australian dollars in my second month of starting digital products. By month 3, it went down a bit to 774. Still absolutely insane on top of my editing clients. So I was finally having a way to get some semi-passive income, finally, uncapping my income. And at the same time, I was building my dream, because the way I was making these sales was I was building a personal brand, but we'll get into that later. And by month 4, we came to around $1,000 there. And I'm still in school, I'm still editing, I'm still doing all this. I was doing maybe an hour, 2 hours a day on this business, because I still had my clients and stuff like that. I still had to study and whatnot, and I was still being able to pull in these numbers. Now, if I could go back to my first month and restart, I would be hitting definitely multiple $1,000 months, but I'm definitely still happy with these first 30-day results. And like I was saying before, this allowed me to create a semi-passive income leveraging a skill I already had, which was editing. I already had this skill of editing. I simply just put everything I knew and bundled it together. It was so simple. It was literally an untapped income source. Now I sit at 2,000 orders, so over 2,000 orders, and I get to make sales like this, 100, 250, 100, 50, 250, 50 over there. So I get to make sales like this. I'm very grateful. I'm very happy that I, took that step, took that leap. And I can make sales like this. And it's even more satisfying when you're asleep and you wake up to stuff like this. But now it's how, right? So you've seen the proof, you've seen my story, you've seen what I'd done, but now you're wondering what I did and how I did it and how you can implement it for yourself. So we're going to go over that now. So first step is obviously the product and the problem it solved, right? So my product was a preset pack. The problem it solved was it helped editors edit quicker, which made them more money, because like I was saying before, if you can edit quicker, you get the edits to your clients quicker, which means you can do more work, right? And then the second thing is your storefront. So where are you going to be selling this product? That's so simple, so easy, that part. And then marketing, which is the big boy. So marketing is one of the main things. You can pretty much sell anything if you know how to market. So marketing is a really big thing, but it's super simple, and it's so simple that as a beginner, I made $300 in my first month and then scaled to that 1.5K month, which I was very proud of. Get into how you can do this for yourself. So for your product, you want to first find out who is this for? You want to be really clear with this, because the who's it's for, that really nails down the type of content you're going to be posting, the type of videos and stuff like that. So obviously mine's an editing pack, but if I'm targeting like grandmas and I'm making content around, I don't know, grandmas or something. I mean, I guess I could kind of say if you're a grandma who edits, my preset pack will help you edit quicker, but you know, you really want to get clear. So make sure you know what your ICP is, your ideal client profile. So mine was editors. Simple as that. Freelance editors, just like myself, and they can buy my product and it will help them save thousands, just like I did. So my product actually definitely made me money because I was using it. And then like I was saying, problem does it solve? The problem is, you know, editing can get repetitive. You do the same effects. So you just drag and drop my preset pack and it'll save you time. And then this is a really important one. So the value to price ratio. So for me, this pack had made me, I don't know, probably over $1,000, right? In time saved, in edits. Like I'm so serious when I say that. So this product made me definitely thousands. Let's just say thousands. But I priced this product at $20 USD. I priced it at $19.99. You can have this $1,000 saving product for $19. It was that was my value to price ratio. And for your product, especially a digital product, you want it to be so valuable, you almost resent the price. You almost hate giving this away to people for that cheap. You know what I mean? So yeah, for your product, make sure it's super valuable. Make sure it definitely solves a problem and it will definitely help this person. And put it really low, put the price really low, and then we'll get into why that is effective later on. But yeah, so that's what you want to do for your product. And the next thing is your storefront, right? So this is your storefront. This is kind of really simple. You can pick, there's a few options, but this is my opinion on these storefronts. So I use Shopify. So if we go up here, all of these are from Shopify. This is a Shopify dashboard. But now I do use StanStore. So I use StanStore now, and this is why. So with Shopify, you know, I had to use extra add-ons for digital product sales. So on Shopify, you can add apps and stuff like that. So I'd have Shopify, then I would have to add on an app for digital product sales because Shopify is a physical product more. So I would have to add another app, which would charge me, you know, something even more monthly to send out emails for my product. So that was a bit annoying. And then obviously for here, you know, it's better for physical products. So for Shopify, it's better for like stocks, like your stock, like inventory, how much of the item do you have, how many units, your profit margins and stuff like that. I didn't even utilize any of that. And then I came over to StanStore, and the reason I like StanStore is because this is literally built for digital products, right? StanStore is 100% built for digital products. I recommend StanStore for sure. It's cheaper than Shopify. It's got everything in one spot. You can make digital products, you can make programs, you can make communities and stuff like that. So anything digital that Shopify didn't have. So that's why I switched over. So yeah, I recommend StanStore. And now for marketing. So like I was saying, this is the most important part of all of this process. Well, maybe the product itself, but marketing is definitely a big one. So it's simple as this, you know, no traffic is no sales. You can have the best product, you can have the best storefront, the most highest converting storefront ever, right? But if you don't have the traffic, you don't have the eyeballs, you're not going to make any sales. It's as simple as that. No traffic, no sales. So I did do all of my sales organically, but as I was saying before, if you could take me back in time, I would probably, once I got the content down, I would probably start pumping ads. So now I'm 18, you know, I am going to start doing ads now because I really didn't tap into that, which meant all of those results you saw earlier are 100% profit. The results I get now, the sales that I make to this day, they're all 100% profit because it's all organically done. So it's all organically through social media. I literally make the product once. I sell it an infinite amount of times. I have a whole posting schedule. I know when to post. I know what to post. I've got everything down pat. It's basically a semi-passive system that just runs on autopilot. And like I was saying with digital products, profits are 100%. That's why I love it. But now let's get into actual marketing, the steps you need to take. So step one, so use Instagram and YouTube. So if you're an editor, a freelancer, music producer, photographer, whatever you are, I would recommend using the Instagram to YouTube funnel. So this is the step two. So you want to create reels that funnel to YouTube videos. So what I mean by this is, actually, I'll just show you. So what you would do is create reels that funnel to your YouTube video. So as we can see here, see how that says 9 comments. There's 9 comments here. I would make a video and then I would have comment preset. I would say it in the video and people would comment preset or whatever the comment word was, whatever the CTA was. So, you know, I'd get 6 comments, 8 comments, 11 comments, 26 comments, yada, yada, yada. And, 37 comments. That's pretty good. And all of these comments are people who potentially want to buy your product. So to nurture them into the sale, what I would do is they would comment, and then I would message them. I would send them the YouTube video, talk to them a little bit, say, what's up? Thanks for reaching out, whatever. Send them to the YouTube video. And then the YouTube videos they would get sent to would be like a video like this: how I edit viral reels, 14,000 views, the ultimate guide for editing viral reels, you're wasting your time animating. And all these videos did, so that's 6,000 views. All these videos did was essentially, number one, they would show my product off. So, you know, I had a preset packed. I was just showing how I edit videos while using my packs, showing how easy and simple it was. Number two, you're kind of nurturing your audience, right? So they see you on Instagram Reels. So they see you on Instagram, they're interested, their first time, they don't really care about you. Then they comment, so they're a little bit interested. You message them, so then they start liking you a little bit. And then you show them the video, they watch the video, they start trusting you because they see the product works, and then that's when they buy from you. So they know you, they like you, and they trust you. It's KLT, so that's something that's really important. This funnel is what I use to hit these months. If I didn't use Instagram and YouTube together, I wouldn't have hit these months. And obviously now 2,000 orders, and I hit those big orders there. But as it says here, you can create reels using top of funnel, middle of funnel, and bottom of funnel content. So this is something that I've been doing recently on Instagram. So I haven't really been using YouTube recently for my digital products, and I've still been able to get sales. I've still been able to keep up with what I was doing before. I am going to make a whole video breaking all of this down, how to use Instagram and stuff like that, because this is a very big topic. But essentially, top of funnel content is your content that brings the eyes. So your viral type of content. So I'll actually go on my Instagram now because this is a pattern. I don't post randomly. All of the things I post are important, right? So I have a schedule. So there's 10 days, and out of those 10 days, 5 are top of funnel, 3 are middle of funnel, and 2 are bottom funnel. Actually, before I show you the examples, I'm going to explain what each of these top funnel, middle of funnel, bottom funnel do. So your top funnel is just getting eyeballs, just getting people on your page, getting traffic to your Instagram. Middle of funnel content is you're taking this traffic and you're nurturing them by, you know, showing your personality, showing who you are. This is the content that makes them like you, so they start liking you a bit. And then your bottom of funnel content, which is the content that you don't really post too much, that's the content where they start trusting you because they can see, they know you know what you're talking about, or you're showing your product off and they trust it, right? So that's what I've been doing recently. So I haven't actually been using YouTube too much, like I was saying. This is top funnel, so 18,000 views. So I do day in the lives. So that just gets the eyeballs, gets the follows. And then this is middle of funnel. So this was 1,004. Like obviously you can see the views are pretty low here. And then this was top of funnel. So as you can see, this was, I think, middle funnel as well. So middle funnel here. Oh no, this was bottom of funnel actually. But as you can see, the middle funnel and the bottom funnel content, they get low views, right? Top funnel again, 26,000. This was middle funnel. So middle funnel usually typically gets a little bit more views because, you know, you could be talking about anything really, but bottom of funnel is really niche to what you're teaching. So, you know, if it's really niche, not everyone's going to watch it. That's why, you know, that's why I like videos like this. So this is my pinned videos. These are bottom of funnel, and these are pinned videos that have been there for a while and they still don't have crazy views, right? But yeah, you can see a pattern here. I don't post randomly. I post with purpose, with a strategy behind it all. And on top of all that, I use Instagram stories to get the sales. So as we can see here, yesterday was a lifestyle picture. This one was just a little random one I posted. I came home from a party and made a sale, which was kind of tough. And then Sunday Q&A. But yeah, I'm going to make another video where I break all of this more in depth because this is definitely a new method that I've been trying and definitely want to show you guys it. But yeah, I do not post randomly at all. I post with purpose. And step 3, so let's say you've done all this, done all that, yada, yada, yada. You just want to have your product link in your YouTube description. So if we come over here, let's go to this video. We'll come over here, and as you can see, top link. So the first link you see, Stand Store, right there, boom, sell that. And yeah, or like I was saying before, you use Instagram Story CTA to close sales. So you would just put a CTA on your story and you just have like a keyword. So apply to the story this, and then you can just send them your product in the DMs. But yeah, that is exactly how I went from employed with a JOB to a freelance editor, touching my first few thousand online, you know, as a 17-year-old, to now where I sell digital products, I launch them, sell them, I teach people how to do it, and I'm really happy where I am. But if you do want more, you're keen, you like the sound of this and you want a little bit of a helping hand, I do have a program called Launch and Prosper where I teach this all in depth. So I go over how to create your product. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to show you everything inside because why not? So inside Launch and Prosper, you get module 1 from zero to clarity. So from zero idea, if you're completely stuck, you have no idea what you want your product to be about, I help you get that clarity of what your product is going to be, right? So as you can see, we get these lifestyle goals, stuff like that. And then this is from clarity to creation. So you've got the idea, you know who it's for, you know everything it's going to help. And then this is where we create the product. So mindset, deciding the product type, my own product breakdown, setting up your store, and then from creation to cash. So big module for marketing and stuff like that. But if that does sound interesting to you and you want all my knowledge, want everything just bundled up, click the link in the description, first link. But with that being said, thank you for watching. I hope you found it helpful. Let me know in the comments and I'll see you in the next video.